Our major weapon of struggle against apartheid oppression and exploitation is our people organized into mass formation of the democratic movement.
Legends never truly die. Their stories echo through time. This is Echoes of Legends. He was called a prisoner, a troublemaker, even a terrorist, but to millions he was hope. Nelson Mandela was more than a man. He was a symbol of freedom, justice, and resilience. A voice that could not be silenced. Born in 1918, in a small South African village called Mvezo, Rolihlahla Mandela grew up under the shadow of colonial rule and racial segregation. As a young boy, he herded cattle, but as a young man, he would herd a nation toward justice. Mandela studied law and became one of South Africa's first black lawyers. But his true fight wasn't in courtrooms. It was against apartheid, the brutal system that divided people by the color of their skin. In the 1940s, Mandela joined the African National Congress. He organized protests, strikes, and acts of defiance, but the government called him a criminal. In 1962, he was arrested, and 2 years later, sentenced to life in prison for sabotage. 27 years. 27 long years behind bars. Most would have broken, but Mandela became stronger. From a tiny prison cell on Robben Island, his voice echoed louder than ever. He became the face of resistance, the dream of a free South Africa. While Mandela sat in prison, the world began to notice. Protests erupted across continents. Free Nelson Mandela became a global cry. Musicians, leaders, and ordinary people demanded his release. And finally, in 1990, the unthinkable happened. Nelson Mandela walked free. But what he said next surprised everyone. He did not call for revenge. He called for peace, forgiveness, and unity. 4 years later, in 1994, South Africa held its first multiracial elections. Nelson Mandela, once a prisoner, became the country's first black president. He built a nation torn apart by hatred and turned it toward reconciliation. He created the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, bringing victims and perpetrators together to heal. Mandela's leadership wasn't about power, it was about humanity. He became a global icon, winning the Nobel Peace Prize and inspiring generations with his belief that courage is not the absence of fear, it's inspiring others to move beyond it. But Mandela was not perfect. His government faced challenges, poverty, inequality, and political tension. He admitted he was only one man, not a miracle worker. And as age caught up with him, he stepped down after just one term, proving that true leaders know when to let go. Even in his later years, as his health declined, Mandela remained a symbol of dignity, peace, and resilience. On December 5, 2013, Nelson Mandela passed away at the age of 95. But his echo still lives. He taught the world that even one voice can change history, that forgiveness can be more powerful than revenge, and that no prison can hold the spirit of freedom. Nelson Mandela, not just a leader, but a legend.